but I'll be coming home soon. Yeah, I'll be coming home soon.
Hello, everybody. Nicholas Snow here, live with Hot in Palm Springs at Veterans Memorial Park in Coachella for the 5th annual East Coachella Valley Pride celebration. I'm smiling behind my mask. The protocol today is for everyone participating, even though we're outdoors unvaccinated, to wear a mask, and I'm honoring that. And I want to kick off the show with an important interview with Roman. Hi, Roman.
Hello.
So, Roman, you are a brand new intern
Yes.
with the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert?
Yes, I am.
And are you based in their new Coachella office?
Yes, I am based in their new Coachella office.
So you have quite a history, but before we get into that, I wanted to know a little bit more. First of all, my pronouns are he, him, and his. What are your pronouns?
My pronouns are also he, him, his.
And why are pronouns important?
Pronouns are important because it helps create like a safer space for gender expansive identities and transgender folks and everything.
And for someone out there that may not know, what is a gender expansive identity?
A gender expansive identity could be somewhere along the lines of like a transgender non-conforming person, a non-binary person, somebody that could be gender fluid, etc., etc.
So one of the people I'm a fan of is Lex Ortega, that works with the LGBT Community Center of the Desert. And Lex was one of the first people that taught me the word intersectionality many years ago. But as I approach this broadcast, it occurs to me, including myself, that a lot of people don't quite understand the concept of marginalization and how that can show up. And I was wondering if you would provide your viewpoint of that.
For sure. So what I think marginalization is basically when a certain group of people that are minorities experience like inconveniences such as racism, prejudices, along those lines, and yeah.
And how have you experienced marginalization in your life?
I experienced a lot of marginalization in my life in high school when I was coming out of the closet as trans. It was not fun. However, I was able to see some positivity and some negativity. And now that I'm a college student, I can say that I'm very much happier than I was in high school.
I find that a lot of us in our coming out process, whether it's coming out with our gender identity, sexual orientation, or all of the above, that there's freedom in getting out of those high school environments.
Yes, there is a lot of freedom, and especially since I graduated in the class of 2020, my school year was cut short due to the rise of the pandemic. It felt even better because it left me some time to like do some self-reflection, and yeah, like getting out of those like toxic environments really helps a person grow on their own.
So tell me a little bit more about today's event and what the goal is and why it's happening, why it's important.
So, today, as we can see here, we're celebrating the Eastern Coachella Valley Pride celebration. It's our 5th annual.
By the way, it's intentionally scaled down. It's usually publicized a lot more, and there are a lot more people here, but out of safety precautions, it's a scaled down event.
Yeah. It's very community oriented, very family oriented, to show that we can heal through community. Like the past year or two, we've dealt with like the pandemic and like other obstacles. This feels like a moment of opportunity to just be with the community and just spend time with them. And yeah.
And in your new internship with the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert, by the way, you can find them at thecentercv.org. What are your personal goals and objectives?
Oh, I didn't. That's a good question. My personal goals and objective regarding the internship is that hopefully we can like make people more and more aware about the center that is going on over there, and yeah.
And you were born and raised right here in this area, correct?
Yes, I was.
So, which high school?
I went to Coachella Valley High School.
And you were part of the what's the name of the group at their
They are called
gay
Saga,
Saga?
Sexuality and Gender Acceptance.
Okay, and you were part of that
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
So tell me, by the way, what we're going to be doing is I'm very grateful to be interviewing Roman. I have some other interviews I'll do. Then I'm going to show the departure of the Caravan. People are decorating cars right now. And I'll show the departure of the Caravan, which is going to go through the city of Coachella for about 30-40 minutes and then return here for a community picnic. So those are the events that are happening this year. With that said, I don't remember what my next question was going to be. Oh, yes, I do now. So describe a situation of rejection around your gender identity in high school, and then let's follow through with one of acceptance.
I feel like a rejection that I had to go through at some point was like, it was mainly freshman year. I don't remember exactly what it was, but everybody would. Some people were just like, "That's weird." Like, kid, like, why would you like come out as that? And I was just like, well, I didn't know how to deal with it. I was just a freshman, and I was barely out of the closet. And a moment of acceptance too, very prominent ones, was when it was my junior year. I was getting ready for school, and my big sister had just woken up early to take a call, and she had compliments that I looked good, and then her friend was like, "Oh, like what you doing?" And then she was just like, "Oh, I was just talking to my brother," and that felt very gender affirming. And another instance was basically like acceptance from like my chorus teacher, because I was in advanced chorus throughout like all my high school, and he had told me that I was the son that he never had, and that was very heartwarming to me. Yeah.
Wow, and if you don't mind telling me, how has your coming out trans been accepted in your own family?
Oh, my family is very so supportive. Like, I love them so much.
I just want to cry when I hear that kind of answer because, as you know, through your work and friends, that's not always the case.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just very grateful that they're like my huge fans, like, ever.
Well, I'm just really honored to meet you. It's really an honor and a privilege. I have one final question for you.
For sure.
This is a youth empowered event,
Yes.
a youth driven event. How has that been to work with your peers to continue to create transformation in the world?
Oh, it's fun because it's just like, oh, I get along with everybody pretty great. Like, we're all very smart and we all have great ideas. So it's just like, it's great to collaborate.
Well, it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
I would love for you to do me a favor and grab those guys over there and ask them to come to me.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You can give them a couple minutes. So I just am very grateful to have that wonderful interview with Roman. And I'm going to now go and see if anybody is watching. And I want to say hello to Rock, who is watching from Fargo, North Dakota. Thank you for joining us, Rock. And that will clue the rest of you in that if you're watching live, you can, by all means, comment, and I'll try to curate your comments onto the screen. And now I want to take some time to thank the people that I work with. So for the support of my show, I want to thank DAP Health, located in the Coachella Valley. And one of their value statements is "We welcome all people, period." I also want to give a shout out to my friends at 849 Restaurant and Lounge on North Palm Canyon. They've been supporting the show for quite a while. And I'm a proud media sponsor of the LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert. Later on this month, they're having their official grand reopening. You'll want to check them out at thecentercv.org. And PromoHomo.TV is distributed across the Twitterverse. I'll be right with you guys. PromoHomo.TV is distributed across the Twitterverse in association with the hashtag I Love Gay campaign. And locally, I want to thank my media partners, KGay 1065 Palm Springs, the I Love Gay Palm Springs podcast, and GayDesertGuide.com. And I also want to thank for their support David Perry and Associates for expanding the PR message of my show. And I also want you to know I'm the official broadcaster, PromoHomo.TV, of the Palm Springs Pride Parade. This year we have an exciting multi-camera broadcast planned for you, and you can tune in live across the social media platforms of PromoHomo.TV. You can find the episode right now at PromoHomo.TV, the website, and set a reminder. But we'll be going live on November 7th at 9 a.m. and the parade steps off at 10. And as you can tell by what I'm wearing, PromoHomo.TV now has merch. And I would love it if you would go to Amazon.com and get the merch. And if you send me a photo of you wearing the merch, with your permission, I'll feature it into the show. And I have a very important group of individuals to introduce you to in my next segment, which is coming up after this.
Live your life like a dreamer. Fly all over the world. Open yourself so the world can see. You're a beautiful pearl. Live your day like the world runs right. And you never even have to try. It's no wonder why I just can't get enough of
So I've added more important guests to our show today, and I'm going to just move this slightly so we have a better camera angle. I would love for you to introduce yourself, and then I'm going to meet your friends.
Okay, great. My name is Ubaldo Boido, and I'm with Rainbow Beginnings. We're a LGBTQ organization that assists and support LGBTQIA plus migrants coming to the United States.
Well, thank you for that. We're going to talk to you more about that. And what is your name?
My name is Charles, and I'm a gay from Ghana.
Okay.
My name is Mahmoud. I'm gay from Senegal.
Francisco Hernandez
From Mexico.
yes, I'm from Russia. Hi, everyone.
So there's several reasons that some of these gentlemen, I imagine, are your pronouns all he and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far.
All right. I just want to make sure that I'm using the correct pronouns. But, you know, I'm sure that some of these gentlemen might be relieved to be wearing masks, but they're here voluntarily. And it's important to raise awareness of the issues that are facing members of the LGBTQ community throughout the world. And it reminds me of the fact that really none of us are free until all of us are free. Why don't you step a bit closer and tell me essentially how you got into this work and why it's important.
Yeah, my partner and I heard a lot of horror stories in 2018 about LGBTQ migrants on the caravans that were coming from Central America up through Mexico to the United States border. And we got really passionate, and actually we got involved through DSA, which is Democratic Socialists of America Los Angeles chapter. And through that, we were able to meet several people across the border and listen to their stories before they came across, and just really got ignited to be a part and help them. You know, we really can't. I can't express to you the gratitude and the necessity for us to be involved. People have nobody. Most of these folks are running from their family as well as their governments and police. So when they get to the U.S. border, they don't have anyone to help guide them through the U.S. process or even sponsor them out of detention. So that's how we got involved. I mean, we just really wanted to change how we see migration as a queer community.
That's very powerful. Are any of you comfortable speaking more on camera? No pressure. Is there anyone here that would like to talk more with me? All right, step right up.
English,
All
but
right, that's okay. So, tell me, tell me what you can about your own immigration story.
well,
And if you would need to translate for him, you can.
yeah,
We
maybe
can.
some words.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm came from the neighbor country, and my story is about. I'm sorry. It's about discrimination. My family coming run out.
Kick me out.
They kicked
Family
me
kicked
out.
you out.
And
How old were you?
on 38,
How old were you when you got kicked out?
17,
So half your life ago.
very bad in Mexico. Going to one city to another, and then.
And how did you make it to the United States? If you're safe talking about that.
Oh yeah, sure. Over there in Mexicali, I stay in a shelter with another activist. Can I say the name?
Yeah, you could say.
Altagracia Tamayo, and they help together with Ubaldo to start the process, my process.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add about the importance of the work that this organization is doing?
It's the word is thanks because I don't know what I'm doing right now. What are we doing if they don't look at me and give me to this country where I can be
Well,
myself.
did you have something to add?
I would like to just add, like, if we we've partnered with other organizations, and so we've been able to help people in Francisco's situation by meeting them across the border and helping them get facilitate their entry and help support them when they come across. So without that, he would kind of be going through a much longer process, possibly in ICE detention for years. It's possible that he'd be in detention for years.
And how do people contact your organization?
Well, we have a website. We also have a Facebook and an Instagram. It's called Rainbow Beginnings. The website is rainbowbeginnings.org. And you can find our email there. You can find phone number there to contact us. So.
Well, thank you so much. I admire all of you for your courage, and thank you for being there for them. And please reach out to help this organization if you are in a position to do so. And I wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you, Nicholas.
You're welcome. And I'm going to show off your car in a moment
Yes,
because
please
it's
do.
one of the. I think you're going to win the prize if there is one. You're going to win the prize, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the nice thing about broadcasting the way that I am is I can actually take you on an adventure. So that's what we're going to do right now is we're going to go and we're going to watch the caravan depart, and then people will be coming back here for a community picnic. They have turned off the music. They are totally getting ready. So, Paulina, if you follow, are you going to be in a car?
No, I'll be out.
Or if you follow me, then I'll come and talk to you. Then I'll talk to you. So that has got to be, I think, the best dressed car. But as you can see, I think you can see, the sign says Rainbow Beginnings, assisting LGBTQI plus migrants. Rainbow Beginnings. Gay is a death penalty in 11 countries. Immigration is an LGBTQIA plus issue. Get involved. That's very important. So we're actually going to go to the front of. Oh, is the caravan already leaving? I guess the caravan is already leaving. So there's the lead car. So we've got some cars that have already taken off, and now these cars are taking off. You're watching live the caravan depart. That's part of East Coachella Valley Pride. It's short but sweet. See you! And then we have the center's van driving by. You gotta love that. So they've actually embarked for about 30 to 40 minutes. And imagine, even though there's not a huge amount of cars, many of them are queer identified in the way that they are decorated. And that's pretty revolutionary and cutting edge in a city like Coachella, where there's still a lot of need for awareness. Frankly, there's a lot of need for awareness everywhere. If you guys could grab that fantastic hashtag pride and bring it in here, I'll interview you guys and gals. So, we're in the home stretch of the show, and I just really wanted to show this off. Oh, it's all into. I'm sorry. I thought it was one piece. I'm sorry. Go ahead and put it back. I'm sorry. I thought it was one giant piece. There's this fantastic hashtag pride. I'll show it to you. That was one giant sign that, but I have to say that that's really fantastic. Okay, so Paulina and Brian, we're going to go into the shade, and I get to talk to both of you.
One thing they'll say, you can't deny this. The hardest part you got.
Okay, step right over. Paulina, why don't you get in the center?
Okay.
Right here, and then Brian. Okay, so I'm going to give this to you. I just want to make sure. Everyone take one big step forward. Right here. Good. There, we're all on camera. So, oh, you took your mask off. This is an all-mask event.
Oh, it's hot. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on. There we
Yes,
go.
this is an all-mask event.
Oh, yes.
I'm enforcing the rules of the event.
Oh,
At any rate, Paulina, what are your pronouns?
My pronouns are she and her.
And you are a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me when that journey began for you in terms of your awareness. I'm guessing it's something that existed for you your whole life and you became aware of it.
Yes, it's I've known since I was about 4 or 5 years old, but I didn't really begin my journey until I want to say 2006, 2007, and it's just been like one long journey to get to where I'm at now.
And many viewers of PromoHomo.TV recognize Paulina because she is on my parade broadcast panel every year. Why is this an important event? The 5th annual East Coachella Valley Pride.
Well, we're bringing more visibility to the LGBTQ issues out here in the East Valley, and it's much more needed. And especially for today, as today we're finally bringing it back after going through the whole COVID pandemic, and it's just to see like all of our community members finally assembling after all this time, after about a year and a half.
It is so nice. It's so nice. And I see, Brian, you are applauding.
Oh, yeah.
So it is great to be able to be with people again, isn't it?
No, it really is. It's nice to be among community, among friends. And I think the important thing is just, it kind of feels like things are just brightening up a little bit. Like things are a little bit more bright, a little bit more positive, because I feel like last year, and heck, even the last 5 years have been kind of negative. And so it's nice to have a more positive outlook, especially among friends and community. You know what I mean?
And what are your pronouns?
He, him.
And why is it important for me not to assume what someone's pronouns are?
Well, I guess it's important because you just never know. And it's also just, I think it's something that should be normalized, is knowing people's pronouns, because like in general, like you should just never assume because it might hurt somebody. And in general, I think that it's just common decency, you know what I mean? Just something that I think everyone should do is ask people's pronouns and stuff like that.
Well, and also I'll add some of my own perspective of that. So people incorrectly assume that if they appear a certain way, they must identify with a particular gender. But what I've come to know is that someone's gender identity, their chosen pronouns, may have absolutely nothing to do with their outward appearance as those roles have been defined historically. And most of what I'm learning is that basically someone's gender identity is who they know and declare themselves to be. Now, as the trans person among us, do you agree with what I just said? And would you, if you, how does that sound to you?
Yes, that's definitely correct. You know, a lot of us have like our own journeys of self awareness. And so, you know, you could be trans, but you might not necessarily identify as either she and her or he and his. You might identify as they and theirs because you might find yourself somewhere in the middle of the gender spectrum. So it's always good to, you know, make sure that we're, you know, looking out for each other, and you know, like make sure that, you know, we're asking like, you know, what do you prefer, you know, your pronouns, as well as like, you know, your name too. You know, it's all, you want to make sure that, you know, you're totally recognized.
Is there anything you want to add about this event or Pride that I haven't evoked with a question?
I got something. I think the important thing about this Pride is that because it's predominantly Latinx and Black and Brown individuals will be able to actually have a space where they feel a little bit more welcome. Because even though like Pride in general has always been well intentioned and beautiful, there's always going to be flaws in everything, even Pride. And so like most Prides are very European centric and focused with like how like an image. Like if you go to a Pride, like who's on the advertisement? Usually a white man. And there's nothing wrong with like white individuals enjoying Pride. Everyone should enjoy Pride. But I think this is a great space for Black and Brown folks to feel like, hey, this is our space and everyone's welcomed, you know, and it doesn't feel like I'm being excluded. And I also love this event because it's so intimate and so sweet, you know what I mean? And heck, we even have Spanish lettering. I can't read.
So I'm gonna read it. You correct me on my pronunciation. So, creciendo y sanando en comunidad. Did I say that correct?
Yes, you did.
I thank Mr. Senor Lozano from Flagstaff High School for that.
I was gonna say like if I was gonna say, ooh, sorry, dropped my mic, and I even work in radio, so I should know better than that. I was gonna say basically it means growth and health in our community, you know, growing together and being healthy together. And I think that's a really important message post-pandemic and just in general, just to sort of grow the community so generations afterwards can actually continue to, you know, grow it, you know, because it's a garden. We see it as a community garden where everyone contributes, so that way the roots that we plant now become beautiful flowers or beautiful plants, whatever plant you want to be in the future.
You know, that's wonderful. I'm going to see if we have any remarks from viewers. And then I want each of you to think of something inspirational to say to viewers out there that may not have found their tribe. So that's your question. But I always like to give a chance to see if other people have commented so I can feature them. And Dennis, my friend Dennis, says, it's Dennis from Los Angeles. Best wishes to you. Carol Davis says, well done. And I want to thank all of you for watching live. That's very cool. I much appreciate it. So now, as promised, what would you like to say to inspire our audience members that may not have yet found their tribe?
You're always welcome. You know, there is no this or that. You know, like we're all one big happily family, community. So just also know that you are also loved as well.
Beautifully stated. And Brian?
I'm going to be a little subversive. I'm going to say, if you haven't found your tribe, don't be afraid to make your own tribe, make your own space, take it, do what you got to do to make your own space. And you know what? Do yourself a favor and invite others into it, because not only are you helping others out, you'll be helping yourself out. So do all the good you can for all the people you can, and for as long as you can.
I'm just really, I've known both of you for quite a while now, and it's just great that we continue to bump into people on this road to equality. I don't think we're going to get to the end of that road in any of our lifetimes, but we're all, I'm going to use one of your words, we're hella trying.
It's making sure the next generation and the next generation after that gets closer to that.
Yes, and you are my next generation, and I think that some of the people here are your next generation, and I think I've just declared myself old enough to be the grandfather of some of the people here. I wish I hadn't gone there. Thank you for being here, and you can stay right there because I'm just going to thank all of you for watching. And really, please share this to your social media right now on whatever platform you're watching. Share it so other people can benefit from these really valuable conversations that we've had today. You can find East Coachella Valley Pride on Facebook. And as mentioned, you can find the centercv.org online as well. The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert has been one of the organizations that's been instrumental in creating this event, along with Alianza and others. They're all listed in the text associated with this broadcast. Thank you so much for watching.
And I just can't get enough.